with each new competitive event, the balance of power within the Squadrons competitive scene changes ever so slightly. I'm going to break down how it's looking heading into the Calrissian Cup Spring Minor tournament.
Boom, boom.
Hey, this is Time Bomb. If it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here on this video. Like I said in the intro, I'm going to do a tier list. I've done these power rankings before each Cal Cup. Kind of gotten a little heat about the way I've done it with the 5 and the dark horses. Maybe done too many dark horses. Maybe my understanding of what a dark horse is wrong. I don't know. We're not even going to bother with that. Maybe I'll do one dark horse. I don't want to call it a dark horse. One outside. Anyways, we're going to do this in a tier list. I've painstakingly gone through here and pulled, what I think is some of the best teams here. So we can kind of take a look. I've got my list set up, but we've also got this sheet here that shows all of the rankings of teams. Splinter's not on this list because they've won a major already. They've guaranteed their spot. We see, Gas with Randos right behind them, Gray and Imperial there, and the rest also following suit. After the Spring Major, there will be a point realignment, and there will be 4 spots, I believe, decided as of that. So there's basically 2 more events to be amongst the top to guarantee your spots. So very interesting here as it heats up. Obviously, some teams better positioned just from having better standings, but some teams have done better just in the one tournament. So we're halfway through this initial bit of it here. You can see from the last time Splinter, of course, winning. Now let's get into it. Let's get right into it. I think a good place to start here is actually my squadron, Orange Squadron. We've made it to day 2 both times. We're been eliminated in the round of 16. So I think a good place to put us is right in the middle. I think that's right where we are. I think there's definitely like these top tier teams, and there's teams who are a tier above us, and then we're in this mid level. I think that's a good pace car team for us. My own team, and I can kind of judge other teams based on us where I think we kind of sit. Now I think another thing too, we can kind of take a look at Splinter, of course, as gonna put them up there, of course, in the top tier of teams as well. We've got, I think 4 teams have really kind of separated themselves. We've got Randalorian, Ray Cheese, and lastly, where'd they go? Lost Gas here. Oh, they're there. And then Gas is the 4th team. So I feel like these 4 teams, frankly, they are in the top tier, and they are just a cut above all the other teams. I think like these teams could really win with New Republic against any team, which I think says a lot, because the Empire has such an advantage in this, and they were basically it was a non-factor for them against most teams. It was just once they got each other, and even in those cases, like we saw Splinter beat Gas with New Republic, and we saw Gas beat Randalorians of New Republic. So I feel like the best teams win with either faction. Will this be the same this tournament? I don't know. I kind of feel like the Empire has definitely got an advantage, and we might see the Empire kind of have the advantage in that situation. So let's just we're just gonna kind of take a look here, because I think there's a couple teams I think in this next one that are definitely interesting. So I'm gonna put Imperial Guard into this next tier here as well. They've had good showings. They've made it past they're in the 4th standing, so they've had good showings, made it past the round of 16. They've done well in not just the Cal Cup, but also in the SCL. They've had some success, so I think this is a team that definitely is in that next level and could kind of be poised to make out. Now another team, let's just kind of go through, I guess. I've got so many in front of me. I'm gonna put couple teams here that are kind of friends with our squadrons, and I think they kind of make sense here. We've got Savrip and Cobra Tai. I'd say I put them right on the same tier with us. There's a lot of players on that team we play with a lot. We know those teams well, and I honestly, I think Cobra Tai is of us three right here now, I think Cobra Tai is next poised to make it to that next level as well, just from the results they've had here. You see they're actually an 8th from just one event, making it past that round of 16. Cobra Tai here, and they lost to the Randalorian. So yeah, so definitely they're right in that level and poised to take that next step as well. So I'm even looking at it right now, and I'm like, oh geez. So another team that's really, I think, in that next level, though, is Squadron's first team, the Night Owls. Just obviously one of the, I had them as a dark horse as a chance to winning. I still think they, could definitely give any of these top teams in the highest tier a run for their money. I think Squadron Night Owls is just they're a great team, and they could win. Definitely, like, have a chance to win. I'm not trying to say otherwise. That's definitely a team who can get it done. Who's another team who's on that next level? I feel like just kind of poised to make a jump here. So I'm gonna put Crate's Science team kind of on this level here. I'm almost thinking, actually, I'm gonna bump Orange and Savrip down, because I can see kind of a separation here. I think Crate's kind of above us. And I think there is just kind of a little bit of range there, so I'm gonna make that adjustment and just kind of drop us down. And hey, obviously in the comments below, you can say I'm gonna go with the other Skull team now, and I'm truly not sure here, because we went even with them. I'm gonna put them on the same level as us. Were they able to go further? Actually, let me look how they did in their death. No, they lost to Imperial Guard, so they're kind of, yeah, I think that makes sense to put them kind of on the same tier as us and Savrip. Kind of not able to quite make it past that next round yet, but still, like, very competitive, and I think kind of even with Orange as I look at it. Hutt Cartel, another team right there with us. They've got some great players though too. I think they're another team that is poised to just get to that next level and to that next range. It's tough to say if they're not there or not. I expect to see them do really well at this next tournament. They've got the Hutt Cartel and the Butt Cartel, so two squadrons now working together against each other. I think they're getting a lot of good reps in there, so that could go either way, really. I think they could either probably be in this range or above. I'm gonna put them right there for now. Definitely these two groups I've been really tight with, because I'm just looking now like, oh, I don't know if anyone, well, double check this one. So Cavern Angels Gold Squadron, they had a good finishing in this one, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna put Cavern Angels just right below. They're the first team that I'm gonna put right below there. Another interesting one too that I could actually add in there is the Renegades, I believe. They're a team that had a better showing in the minor. Not quite as good a showing in this one. I don't think they made it into the next round here. But they had made it into the second round the one before. So I think the only reason that they're not on the same level with us is because they just didn't have quite the same showing in that last one. But easily in a better position just in a great position overall, though, with 75 points still. They've got another good showing. They can definitely get up into that top 10. So Rancor here, Rancor Squadron. I don't think they have points right here, but it's a good squad, so I'm gonna put them right on the rank below. It's a team that definitely match up with. You never know. You got to play your best, definitely still. So here's a team I'm gonna put above Orange Squadron. I think they've got a lot of good reps in, and they're a great team. Guiltless Squadron. Brandon playing with them, they've got a really good lineup. You gotta watch out for that team for sure. Some good players there. So Guiltless Squadron, I'm putting above the Orange Squadron tier. Here, I think they're poised to, if they can make a run to even get to that next level. Good squad here. Meaty Yogurt, Anger Bang, some Jedi, a bunch of good players there. Troublemaker Squadron, they had a good showing. I don't think they made it. They didn't make it to day 2. They're very close, had a tough grouping, and I think they definitely have a chance through the Swiss here. I think they could make a run and make it to day 2 and definitely turn some heads if they play well. So I think that's definitely a team that could turn the corner there. Another team that actually just made a good showing, I'm going to put Spicy Squadron right here. Again, this is a team that I could, you know, they made it further than these teams by making it to the next round. So I feel like, oh wait, did they? No, they didn't make it to the next round, did they? Double check that. No, they didn't. They lost to Remnant, I'm sorry, but they were the only team in that round of 16 who went to 3 games, which I thought was interesting. So I think that makes sense for them to be just on the tier below, for that to just be their first showing. But, you know, they've got obviously a chance to move up, and, you know, a team that could probably take out anyone, so you got to be careful there. I'm going to go with TFA. Going to put them on the same level as us. That's us, Skull, and TFA played into this this 3-game playoff basically at the last one, which went, and then we tied in our group, the second group stage we tied. Then we did playoffs against each other where we each played each other 1 game, still tied, we all beat each other. Then we did it again, and finally we decided to win. So it just took so long, so many games. The tiebreaker was killer, and I mean, after playing for, I mean, I think we played for like 9 or 10 hours that day, the whole tournament run time. So it was pretty exhausting. So that made it tough. And anyways, that's a long way of saying that I think that we're all, these teams kind of all on the same level here. I think TFA, Skull, and Orange, for just beating each other in sequence, I think we kind of proved that we're all on even level. Okay, so who we got? That Crimson Wings now. I was kind of talking about them earlier, and I was... Crimson Wings. Actually, I wasn't talking about them. I was talking about Cavern Angels earlier. But Crimson Wings is interesting because I do not know what's going on with them right now. At Aces 5, I don't know. They could basically be the dark horse team if you really think about it. I don't know. I'm not sure who is on the team right now. I'm not sure what's going on with the lineup. I know that, you know, they've had some players coming and going, but I don't want to just count them out because there's a lot of talent there. So I'm going to put them on this D, mostly because they're a question mark. Obviously, I'm just not sure what's going on with them. Wow, so I don't have Remnant Squadron on here yet. So Remnant Squadron is one of those teams who, you know, SCL, all the tournaments, they are right there. They are so close to turning the corner, and that definitely, if they can, I mean, first of all, so much respect to them for making the B-Wings viable of any team. They found a strat that's actually working, having success with it, you know, doing it to top level teams. I think it's amazing to see that. I mean, so many people want the B-Wing to be a ship that they can use, and Remnant's found a way. So I think that's so cool, and I think they're just right there. There's of these teams, I mean, all 3 of these teams honestly could turn the corner and make it to that next level, but it's just, Remnant is right there. I think they're, of those 3 teams, maybe right at the top right now. So I'd love to see them do it just because they're bringing something different to the game. The other TFA, you know, another good squad, another big Discord that, you know, they get a lot of chances to scrim again with the other team, the other TFA that I had a slightly higher with 8 Ball. I mean, I think there's about 4 or 5 different TFAs going into this one. So I mean, any one of them could really get some wins. So that'd be interesting to see. I'm going to put them just slightly in the tier below. And now we have 2 gray squadrons remaining. So this is what's interesting. So Tempest did not make the playoffs in the second one. Same with Nova. So they have points and they're on the board. Both good teams and poised to make a run. I think I'm going to put Tempest here on that tier. I think these teams are right there. They made a slightly better run at the minor, so they were able to get a few more points too from that. So even though they didn't have, you know, a winter major finish, they're still ahead of other teams like, you know, Crate, Orange, Savrip here, who did get finishes in both, but we still don't have more points than Gray Tempest. So I'm gonna say Gray Tempest is above. I don't think they're quite in this tier, that second tier yet, because they didn't have the showing, but a really strong team. And then the last one, I'm going to put the Gray Squadron Nova slightly lower here. I'm going to put them on the bottom tier, just because they didn't have the finish. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they obviously have a chance to move up, but I think that's kind of where it stands right now. I think of these teams, you know, like anytime, especially from the B, C, D here, you can see those tiers. Empire is basically going to win all the games here. Maybe you'll get some upsets, but yeah, Empire is probably going to win a lot of those games. You're going to see a lot of splits. There's a lot of parity. I don't think there's much separating them. I mean, you're really just looking at the results they've had. Really what I'm getting an experience really in separating any of these tiers. There's a lot of parity right there. I think where it changes then is when you go from tier B and A. I think there is, again, these teams can all beat these, all capable of winning against them, but I think that the A tier is where you really see those teams able to win with New Republic, where the tiers below maybe can't. So I think that's where you see those teams really get an advantage. And then again, the top tier, the highest tier, this S tier teams are going, I think, to be able to just be a cut above all the tiers below them. I think that's just the truth of it. I think there's just a really big gap between those teams and everyone else. That being said, I think the A tier teams have the best chance to defeat those teams and to maybe make a run. So that's what I'd like to see. If I was going to call a dark horse in this tournament altogether, I think the one that maybe people wouldn't see coming would be Troublemaker Squadron, possibly. I'm gonna say it. I think that, you know, that's a team that's got a bunch of streamers and people play, you know, content creators a lot, and I think they definitely have an opportunity in the Swiss format that they could make a run for day 2. I think they have a great showing, so I think they can definitely do that. So very excited for the Cal Cup Minor and to play, and hope you guys are excited too. Let me know what you think about these tier ratings. I'm not sure if I can save it. Maybe I'll put a link below and you can do your own and rejigger these for now that I have it set up, basically. And I think that's basically the better format than to do the last one that I did. Too much controversy with people and how I did it. This worked out a lot better, so I do appreciate you guys sticking through all the way as I went through all of this. I know it was a lot of talking. You probably checked out a long time ago, but hey, I do appreciate you guys checking this out. And give the channel a subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a like. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, getting close to there, and I really appreciate you guys checking it out. I'm Time Bomb. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you guys later. Boom, boom.